Things in the Bible Your Pastor Will Not Tell You, Part 15.
On the 15th of December, Michael Cassidy, this guy, was charged with a crime after he destroyed a satanic statue at the Iowa Capitol. He saw it as blasphemous. He perceived it as part of the war on Christmas, a political term that's tossed around by a lot of Christians who believe that Christmas is being destroyed and maligned and being made about a lot of things other than Jesus. Are they right? Yes, but they are the ones responsible for it. For the longest time, Christmas hasn't been about Jesus or Christianity. It's about other values, still positive, like family or happiness or whatever. And the American society perceives those who try to tell people that Christmas is about Jesus, not Santa, as crazy people.
Santa Claus does not exist. The Christmas season is about Jesus. And there is no real Santa Claus. There is no Santa. There's no Santa Claus.
Now, go.
I'm not leaving. Christmas is about Jesus.
But the parents are alright with that.
I'll tell you why. Because the story that Christianity provides is not suitable for kids nor adults, to be honest. One, you can't tell kids about the horrific torture that Jesus underwent according to Christianity. It's not a happy thing to remember every year. Two, it has the same problem that Christianity in general has, which is it makes no sense from a logical point of view. Why would the death of the Son of God absolve you from your sin? Why would that save all humanity? Shouldn't everybody be ultimately responsible for their own action? And why are we celebrating the worst thing that ever happened to the Son of God, supposedly? But here's the thing, the Islamic version of the story of Jesus is, if nothing else, the happier story. It's also the more logical and the one that gives more respect to the character of Jesus Christ. For example, what would be the miracle befitting of a human that came from immaculate conception? Talking as a baby or making wine?
The first miracle didn't take place in the Bible. It actually took place in the Quran. But what did Jesus do? In the Quran, Jesus' first miracle is him speaking when he was born. Listen closely, because this is where it gets crazy. In the first chapter of John, we're told that Jesus is the Word. So when Jesus comes out as a baby speaking, it blows everybody's minds. It also helped Mary a ton. Mary needed a way to show everybody that she was still a virgin. And what better way to do that than to have a newborn baby talk?
Is making wine something respectable even? All forms of intoxicants isn't really a good thing. Why would Jesus' first miracle be making wine for people at a party? That's what you're using your divine abilities to do. In Islam, Jesus talked as a baby to clear the name of his mother from the filth that she was accused of. And his first words were, "I am the word of God and his servant." Which miracle is more befitting of a prophet?
Never in my life did I read from any of the other books Jesus talking as a baby. His first miracle, Jesus' first miracle was talking as a baby. Yes, I'm shocked. I'm telling this to everyone I know. Next time I'm in a coffee shop, I'm going to turn to my neighbor and say, "Did you know Jesus talked as a baby? Did you know Jesus talked as a newborn fresh baby? A fresh little baby? Jesus said he was a prophet of God? Did you know this?" I absolutely will. I'll be at the stoplight and put down my window. "Hey, did you know Jesus was talking as a baby?" I'm telling everybody. First of all, for the Muslims who want to share Islam with people and the beauty of Islam, why don't you lead with that? You should be leading with that. Like, "Oh, tell me about your religion." Well, in the Quran, Jesus straight up talks as a baby. Jesus' first words were, "I am a prophet of God." Like, wild. That immediately, like, regardless of who you're talking to, that's immediately going to make someone pick up a Quran.
Jesus used clay to make little clay birds and then blew in them and they became real living birds. He made life, not wine. Here's my point. If you love Jesus, become a Muslim. Islam respects Jesus way more than Christianity. This is not my opinion. This is just a fact. If you find this hard to believe, here's my gift to you. In the description of this video, I will add resources talking about Jesus in Islam. Then I want you to ask yourself one thing. Which religion respects Jesus more? If you are a Christian and loving Jesus is something that you take seriously, which Jesus is the one more deserving of respect and love? The one that makes wine or the one that talked as a baby? Also, which version of the crucifixion you want to be true? That Jesus was tortured in a horrific manner or that he ascended to God? Jesus brought the dead back to life. He healed the blind and the leopard, not because he was divine in himself or he had part of God within him, but he did that by the will of Allah. God gave him this ability, and you should be happy to hear this. If you love Jesus and someone told you Jesus wasn't tortured in this horrific manner, he was actually a great man, greater than you thought, you should celebrate that, shouldn't you? But if you are tribal, you should refuse every other idea, even if it makes more sense than what you already believe in. You also wouldn't check out the resources in the description because you're afraid that it might be convincing. But what if it's really not and you still have questions? This is the easy part. You go to our website, chatanddecide.com, and ask anything about Islam. Again, this is chatanddecide.com. It's pretty obvious. You chat and you decide. Again, there is no such thing as a hard question in Islam. Everything has an answer, no matter how complicated the question is. What if you have an easy question? Something that you can find on Google, for example. Then it's convenient. You can Google, but you can also go to chatanddecide.com, ask a person, interact with them, and get your answer. It's fun, it's easy. It's one of the best Islamic websites out there, in my opinion. Thank you for listening. Please like and subscribe.